Hello, Taurus. This is going to be your weekly tarot and oracle forecast. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies for the upcoming week, break it down, and let you know how to navigate. So typically I do the weekly readings on a more general level for everyone. However, I did get requests for specific zodiac signs. So therefore, this reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you'd like to check out your other placements, check out my other videos. So as I'm filming this, it is Sunday afternoon, and you're probably going to hear beeping in the background because there's a ton of snow removal happening here on my street and everywhere, really, in the Toronto area, Ontario area. We are getting up to 50 centimeters of snow. I feel like I'm in a snow globe right now. So there's the beeping right there. And yeah, I mean, it's an intense time. We just had a full moon in Leo last week, and the emotions were running very high, fiery, intense, worrisome, even for some people. Again, I'd love to know how you're feeling in the comments. Now, this week, interesting. This card just flipped over. I was about to say that this week we're moving into Pisces season on the 19th. So things are going to get a little bit more intuitive, dreamy, maybe emotional, but in a different way than what we felt last week, right? Going into the depths of our souls. Now, here we got the Labradorite card, and this says take action. So, Taurus, what is it that you need to do this week? What's something that you've been debating doing that maybe you just haven't started yet? Let's take a look at what else you need to know for the overall theme. And we have Pillar of Strength. Fortify your resolve and stand strong in your truth. Do not let others undermine your faith. You know what's so interesting? The moment I saw this card, I thought of the throat chakra. And by the way, a blue stone is all about the throat chakra. Now, I recently just posted here on YouTube a video about the High Priestess card, and the High Priestess is ruled by the throat chakra. So is Taurus. So the throat chakra is all about self-expression. So if you've been struggling with expressing yourself, speaking your truth, you might want to check out that video because it goes into depth about why we hold ourselves back and how to unblock that energy that's stuck. Now, Taurus, let's take a look at another theme and message for you. Say yes. I felt like I had to clear my throat anyways. Yes. Say yes, Taurus. Wow. Okay. Let's get into the tarot and see what we need to know for this upcoming week. Now, currently, we have the Chariot. Well, there you go. Take action. Go towards your victory. This is really a yes. Are you ready? I feel like Taurus is a little bit nervous about this, but they've got this, you know? Don't have to worry about whether you're capable. You're very capable. There's the whip. I'll tell you what's the issue. The issue is that you may have been repeating yourself over and over and over again with old stories, old situations, trying to placate others. You know, one of the things that I know very well about Taurus, I always say I have a PhD in T, is that Taurus people have to grow up quite quickly and they end up taking care of everybody. You know, it's a really tough early life usually. And at the same time, even though they grow up so quickly, they're almost late bloomers where they don't recognize their beauty or handsomeness or value, you know? It's kind of like this contradiction of I got to grow up and I got to be an adult very quickly, but at the same time, there's a naivete there or an innocence. Let me know if that resonates. So you may have been repeating some old patterns where now it's time to break free and do different, right? So the potential or challenge for Taurus here is the King of Swords. Really what it comes down to is deciding that you're ready, that you can do this, that you can have this. And of course you can. You can have this. And there's the Wolverine. See what I mean? It's a power struggle. Should I, shouldn't I? Can I have this? Can I really have this? I believe I saw this card actually in the Pisces reading that I did earlier. And this is telling you that you've got to be fearless. You've just got to simply decide and see where things take you. You really have nothing to lose. How do you know until you cross that bridge? Now let's take a look at what you need to focus on today. And we have strength, trying to find your strength and your courage to push yourself forward. I mean, there could have been something coming through at the Leo full moon that has nudged you. And I'm really curious to know what that is. If you experience something, some clarity or some information or just a feeling that says, I gotta do this. I gotta push through this. And with that, you have the eagle. See, challenge the status quo. I said it earlier. If you want different, you have to do different. You're in the process right now of going almost against the grain, if that makes sense. Now, let's take a look at your recent past. And there's the Knight of Cups. I saw this with the Aries energy as well. I don't know if you have any Aries placements. You might want to check that out. But, you know, this is about, see, hand on the heart. Somebody's feeling some lovey vibes. I mean, the Knight of Cups can also be about an offering of something in love, being heart-centered. Oh, the Phoenix. Scorpio energy, rising from the ashes, something coming back around. You could have had somebody pop back up. This says catalytic heart awakening. The heart is being sparked for you. And that can be romantically, yes, but it can also mean like your drive and your passion to move forward and to have new energy. Now let's take a look at the strength for this week. And we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, here's the thing. Forgive me, Taurus, but Taurus energy overthinks a lot. I mean, all signs overthink, but the way in which Taurus does it is they ruminate, okay? They're like, again, should I, shouldn't I? And then they end up hibernating themselves and taking themselves out of the equation for a bit. You know, Taurus are known to fall off the face of the earth a little bit. And here's the Five of Pentacles, which is saying feeling left out in the cold, which tells me there could be some isolation or taking yourself sort of out of the equation. And that's okay for a little while, but you can't do that forever, right? You've got to resurface. You've got to get your thoughts back in order and your drive. You have to recognize how strong you are and you've got to take that action. You've got to say yes. Because I mean, that card, again, I just want to remind you, it says, just say yes. Okay? Just do it. Now, with that, you have here the fireworks. Celebration is to be had here. You know, what are you passionate about? Find that drive. Let's see, near future. What's coming up? The world, completion of a cycle. And I think you know it. I really do. I think you know it. But it's hard sometimes to let go of the old, right? That's why that whip energy was coming through, repeating old situations. Now, this beautiful blue dress here, you know, again, throat chakra. There's something that you're not saying. You need to say it. You need to have a conversation or express your needs or make something very clear. The raccoon, you've got to problem solve. You've got to figure out how to end this problem that you've been having. It also tells you to be creative, to be curious, again, about that new energy that could help you move forward. Let's take a look at the suggested approach. Now, the suggested approach is the King of Pentacles. Sorry. If you know me, you know that the King of Pentacles is the longest journey, okay, in the tarot here, slow as molasses. Now, I always roll my eyes and giggle when I see the Knight of Pentacles, which is trusting the process, right? Slowest moving knight in the deck. The King of Pentacles, we know, slow. However, the most abundant and the most stable in the long run, okay? So this essentially is saying you're going to get your abundance. You will get there, but slowly but surely. Just as a side note and a piece of advice for Taurus, because like I said, I got a PhD in tea, and that is be careful with being so stubborn that you follow something through to the very end, even if you're wrong. This is my advice to you right now, and that is to cut your losses. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to ride it out, because you will suffer more by riding it out than actually ripping the Band-Aid off. So let's see what else you need to know. The hummingbird. Live in the present moment, and it also tells you to lift out of negativity. You know, that Five of Pentacles I just mentioned, you know, that overthinking, the negative thoughts, being left out in the cold, that negative energy doesn't help you. You have to take yourself out of that, okay? You want to enjoy life, not suffer through it. Now, what do you need to know? We have temperance, patience. Yes, trust the process, patience. Something is brewing. This can be taking something you've learned from the past, applying it to the present so you can have a better future. I mean, Taurus, what's the biggest lesson you've learned in the last while? What's something that you can implement now going forward? And with that, you have the balance. You're striving for your balance, equal giving and receiving, as I always say. Now, let's take a look at the hope and or fear. Oh, the new emotional beginnings. That can be a little fearful for some because it's almost like, what am I going to worry about? What, nothing to worry about? What am I going to do once I have exactly what I want emotionally, right? You might be used to a bit of turmoil from taking care of other people and putting yourself last. I mean, this is an energy that says you deserve it. You deserve to believe in miracles and that anything can happen. And with that, we have here the ball and chain. That's the fear. The fear is being held back, emotionally worn down. It even says, an unhappy marriage or emotional baggage. Now, it doesn't have to be literally a marriage. It could just be a connection that's been pulling you backwards or holding you down. This is saying, go towards the new. Things that make you feel good and at peace. Probable outcome, the magician. Interesting. Unlock your inner magician. I recently posted a video here on YouTube for my Learning Tarot for Self-Development series, all about how to unlock your inner magician, how to communicate clearly, how to manifest the things that you don't want. One of the things that gets in the way of manifestations every single time is this energy right here. The one that I mentioned earlier, where you're overthinking and you're in negative thoughts, you're holding yourself back. This is telling you that you have all the power in your hands. You just don't realize that you have it, but you have to communicate clearly. That is the key. And you've got to be concise. Boundaries, Taurus. Yes, the time has come. Okay? So let's take a power of surrender card to see what you need to surrender or surrender to. Take a second. Think about it. Okay, you ready? Let's see. Surrender the drama. Taurus hates drama. Look at those eyes. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Yeah, don't let anything disrupt your peace. Okay, Taurus? I really hope this resonates with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. Thank you again, and I wish you an amazing week.